Welcome back. All right, so we got 9 games on Saturday. We have 9 games on Sunday too. It's a balanced schedule. I feel pretty good about this, and I know I shouldn't just well, I'm going to enjoy it because it doesn't last, right? But anyways, we have 2 earlier games, and then we have 7 games going on later in the evening. So we'll start off talking about the game that starts earliest, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, the Minnesota Wild and the Winnipeg Jets. This should be a fun one. Really, really should. These teams will play on back-to-back days, so they play tomorrow and Sunday. Then they play on February 20th as well as April the 6th. For Minnesota, they are 16, 13, and 4. Their power play clicking at an 18% rate, so that's got to come up. Their penalty kill 72%, so those numbers have got to get better. 3.12 goals scored per game, 3.15 goals allowed per game. And I looked at scoring in the month of December with all of these. So Kaprizov in 12 games in December, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points, the leading scorer for them. Matt Boldy in 12 games in December, 8 goals, 3 assists, 11 points. On the Winnipeg side, 29-4 is their record, 17% on the power play, 76% on the penalty kill. They're scoring 3.33 goals per game. They're allowing 2.52 goals against per game. Their leading scorer in December is Nick Ehlers. In 11 games, he has 5 goals, 10 assists for 15 points. Gabriel Velarde's right behind him. 7 goals, 7 assists for 14 points in 11 games. 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific start between Columbus and Buffalo. This is the second of 3 meetings. Columbus, of course, thumped Buffalo 9-4 on December 19th. The third and final meeting will be on February 23rd. Columbus is 12, 18, and 7. Their power play clicking at a 16% rate. Their penalty kill 81%. 3.16 goals scored per game, so that's a good number. Their goals against, though, 3.68. That's the problem. Johnny Gaudreau leads them in December scoring. In 13 games, he has 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Fantilli in 13 games, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. So Fantilli's had a good month of December. On the Buffalo side, they're 14, 18, and 4 overall. 13% power play, that's got to get better. 78% penalty kill, they're scoring 2.97 goals per game, allowing 3.44 goals per game. Casey Mittelstad's their leading scorer for the month of December. In 13 games, he has 5 goals and 5 assists for 10 points. Rasmus Dahlin right there behind him. He played 12 of the games thus far. 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points for Dahlin this month. Then we get into 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific starts. We have 6 of them, and then there's 1 later start. So again, it's pretty easy night. So 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, we have New Jersey in against Boston. New Jersey, of course, won in Ottawa tonight. And New Jersey beat Boston earlier this month. On December 13th, it was a 2-1 overtime win. The next meeting between these teams will be January the 15th. New Jersey is currently back in a playoff spot. So all of the people saying, well, they're no good, yada, yada, yada. It's a long season. I'm not saying they're going to make it or not going to make it. Just right now they're above the playoff line. They're 19, 13, and 2. Their power play is fantastic at 30%. Their penalty kill, 79%. They are scoring and allowing 3.5 goals per game, so they need to bring the goals against down. Pretty standard stuff. Jesper Bratt leads the way this month in 13 games. He has 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Jack Hughes in 13 games, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. On the Boston side, they are 27 and 6. Their power play 26% on the season, penalty kill 87% on the season, scoring 3.09 goals per game and allowing 2.61 goals against per game. Pastrnak, 11 games, 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points for Pasta. Marchand, 11 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points in the month of December for him. So Boston needs to get things going and keep it on a good track. After that win against Buffalo, we'll see how things go against New Jersey. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Montreal and Florida. Florida won the first meeting between these two teams on November the 30th. They'll meet again on February 29th as well as April the 2nd. Montreal's 15, 14, and 5 on the season. Power play 18%, penalty kill 73%. They're scoring 2.79 goals per game, allowing 3.35 goals against per game. Nick Suzuki leads their scorers this month. In 11 games, he has 4 goals and 8 assists. Anderson's played 11 games as well. He has 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Josh Anderson's red hot right now. Florida, 21, 12, and 1 on the season. 19% power play, 84% penalty kill. 2.94 goals scored per game. They're allowing 2.6 goals against per game. So Florida's defense and goaltending, very good this season. Reinhart, 12 games, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points this month. He's been excellent. Barkov, 12 games, 4 goals, 12 assists for 16 points. So Barkov setting up a lot of goals this month. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between St. Louis and Pittsburgh. This is the second and final meeting. I'm wearing a Pittsburgh jersey. I think they're due for a bounce back. And St. Louis beat them October 21st, 4-2. That's the reason I'm using the term bounce back. But Pittsburgh coming off of a 7-0 win in New York against the Islanders. So St. Louis is 18-16-1. Their power play not very good, 11%. Their penalty kill better at 80%. 2.91 goals scored per game. They're allowing 3.23 goals against per game. Thomas, 13 games, 6 goals, 9 assists this month for 15 points. And Jordan Kyrou, 13 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. So, I mean, you still want more out of Kyrou, but this month's been better than others. On the Pittsburgh side, they're 16-13-4 this season, 13% on the power play, 83% on the penalty kill. The power play's been better lately, though, right? 2.97 goals scored per game, allowing 2.7 goals against per game. Jake Gensel's their leading goal scorer and point scorer this month. 11 games, 9 goals, 4 assists, 13 points for Guentzel. Letang, thanks to that 6-assist game the other night, he now has 2 goals, 9 assists for 11 points in 11 games this month. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Rangers and Tampa Bay. Both teams looking to bounce back from losses to Florida. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again on February the 7th, as well as March the 14th. The Rangers are 24-9-1 overall. Their power play 31%, penalty kill 85%. They're scoring 3.38 goals per game, allowing 2.74 goals against per game. Zibanejad in 13 games, 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points. He's their leading scorer this month. Panarin's right there behind him, 13 games, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points on the month. Tampa Bay, 17-14-5 overall, 30% on the power play, 80% on the penalty kill, scoring 3.31 goals per game, allowing 3.42 goals against per game. Kucherov in 12 games this month, 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points. Stamkos in 11 games, 5 goals, 6 assists for 11 points. That should be an entertaining game, could be a high-scoring one as well. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific start between Carolina and Toronto. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again March 16th as well as March 24th. Carolina's 19-13-4 overall. Their power play 26%. Their penalty kill 82%. Scoring 3.33 goals per game and allowing 3.14 goals against per game. Aho leads the way this month in 14 games. He has 8 goals, 11 assists for 19 points. Svechnikov's second in scoring, even though he's only played 8 games. He has 5 goals, 5 assists in those 8 games for 10 points. Svech is playing well. On the Toronto side, they're 17-9-7. They're coming off of a pretty rough loss against Columbus tonight. Their power play, 27%. Their penalty kill, 79%. Scoring 3.58 goals per game, allowing 3.45 goals against per game. Matthews in 11 games this month, 15 goals, 6 assists for 21 points. Nylander, 12 games, 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points for him this month as well. So we'll see how things go in this one. Should be fascinating. Both teams with recent goaltending issues. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Nashville and the Washington Capitals. This is the second of 2 meetings on December 16th. Nashville won that matchup 3-1 at home. We'll see how things go in Washington. Nashville's 19-16-1, coming off an overtime loss tonight against Detroit. 20% on the power play, 76% on the penalty kill, scoring 3.11 goals per game, allowing 3.17 goals against per game. Forsberg in 14 games this month, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points, is their leading scorer. Roman Josi right there behind him, 14 games, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. Washington 17-11-5 overall, 12% on the power play, so that's still anemic. 83% on the penalty kill. They're scoring 2.3 goals per game, and that number started coming down again. They're allowing 2.82 goals against per game. Lindgren, of course, took himself out of the game. Do we see Hunter Shepard tomorrow? We'll find out. Strome leads the way in scoring for them this month. In 13 games, he has 5 goals and 5 assists. Mantha, 13 games, 6 goals, 3 assists for Mantha this month for 9 points. And then at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, I hope this is a good game because it's going to have my undivided attention, the Oilers and the Kings. So this is the first of 4 meetings. These teams are going to really get to know each other. February 10th, February 26th, and March the 28th, these teams meet again. And, of course, they know each other pretty well from the last 2 playoffs. Edmonton 16-15-1, looking to stay above 500 and get 2 games above 500, too. 26% on the power play, 79% on the penalty kill, scoring 3.5 goals per game, allowing 3.31 goals against per game. Their goals against has been coming down. McDavid leads the way in scoring this month. I know, surprising, isn't it? 10 games, 4 goals, 12 assists, 16 points for McDavid, so not 2 points per game. That's not quite McDavid-like numbers at this time of the year, which shows just how spoiled we've been with McDavid's scoring. Nugent Hopkins, 10 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points for him this month. On the LA side, they're 28-4 overall. Their power play 19%, their penalty kill 87%, scoring 3.53 goals per game, allowing 2.34 goals against per game. Kopitar leads them in scoring this month in 12 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Kempe, right there with them, 12 games, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points for Adrian Kempe. So, you're all set up. Let me know your picks for Saturday's games in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.